There are over 30 country parks in Wales. Thousands of people visit them every year.
Some are old estates of wealthy landlords. Some are old industrial sites.
The parks are usually close to towns, and that's because they've been set aside for us to enjoy on our doorstep.
But what I like about them most is that they're great places for Behind me is Margam Castle. It's a stunning building. It's the centre point of a fantastic estate right on the outskirts of Port Talbot in South Wales.
Wildlife, and I like looking for it early in the morning when there are fewer people around. I've been taken to the hills above the castle by one of the park's wardens.
Margam is very well known for its deer, probably more than anything else really. And there's three different types here. You've got red deer and you've got fallow deer, and you've also got a rare and very exotic deer called the Pear David's deer. And I've come up with Jonathan this morning, up on the high ground here where you've got all of this bracken to look for the deer with their fawns. There's quite a few around too. Into one of the valleys now and come across a herd of red deer, whereas the fallow tend to be right up on top in all that bracken. The red deer, they're bigger, they're more confident deer as well. And you can see that these have got fawns. I think I counted 9, there's another one come across now, that's 10 fawns now. They're still giving birth to. What's interesting is that you look at the adults, they're that lovely rusty red colour, but the fawns are mottled. They look like a large fallow deer, sort of brownish with cream spots on them. That's all part of their camouflage really, so when they're lying up they blend in a lot better with the background, whether it's the bracken or whether it's some bushes, whatever it is.
While the red and fallow deer have just given birth, the park's other deer species, the Pear David, are well into their rutting season. Pear David deer originally come from China, and they nearly became extinct during the 19th century. Their perilous state was noticed by a Father David, a French missionary working in China at the time, and the deer are named after him. During midsummer, the stags compete for females.
young stag has just come down from the distance over there, and he's got perilously close to all the hinds, so the alpha male, the big alpha stag, has come down. He's going to see him off. I think he's been thrashing through the bracken, making a lot of noise. And of course they don't really want to fight. They want to scare the opposition away without fighting, if at all possible. Yeah, you see, the resident stag is not happy at all. He really isn't happy at all. Look at him. Hello. That's interesting. No fighting at all. Threats, bellowing. This one's probably quite concerned because there is another stag just up there around the corner. He's just seen him off, and he's seen this one down here, so he's come after this one, and he's probably quite concerned that he's left all of his hinds up there. And the young male's actually gone now. He obviously got a little bit too close to the hinds. He's turned around, he's gone after him, and they're chased off over there. But it's never ending. It's absolutely never ending for them for a period of weeks. You know, can you imagine how tired you'd be at the end of all that? Not only do you have to see to all the females, but you've got to fight off all comers as well. And by the end, they just lie down, just shattered, I think. Yeah, back he comes. He's coming back now. There we are. Well, he's won the day today anyway.
The most outstanding feature in Margam Country Park is the castle, which was built during the early 19th century and is the last of a succession of houses built on the site. 700 years before the castle was built, the estate was run by Cistercian monks, and parts of the monastery still remain. Margam Abbey Monastery was built by skilled stone masons, and they left their signatures on their work.
Well, here's one. There's another one. And see, they were covered in lime wash. Another one here. Here.
Local historian John Adams is helping me find them.
And here as well.
And there.
And on that one, and that one. This looks like a bed almost.
bed.
Doesn't it? So what are these then, John?
Well, they're the mark of individual masons. When they started building an abbey like this, they appointed a master mason, and then he appointed masons, and when they finished training, they were given a mark. So this is a mark of one individual mason. What's interesting about this building is this occurs almost anywhere. So it's more or less, there's a lot of work from one man.
So why would they put their mark? Because I'd have thought, you know, the monks coming in wouldn't have wanted to see these marks everywhere.
Well, one, they were covered over, but of course the other thing was you could use them for quality control.
There would have been a roof on this, would there?
Well, there was
stone roof.
There was marvellous rib vaulting all coming across. But the sad thing was, when the monastery was closed, a man called Sir Rice Mansell bought it. Now, they needed a coal house. So at some point in time, they basically used this for storing coal.
You're joking.
No, I'm not joking. And then in the vestibule, they used that for brewing beer. And basically, they took the lead off the roof, lined it with oil cask paper, and eventually what happened was the water seeped through, the pillar went out to vertical, and it collapsed.
I'm pleased to say that the abbey is treated with a little more respect these days. During early spring, any masonry or stone wall in Margam Park is a potential nesting site for birds.
I was walking across through the gardens from the abbey now, and there's a pine tree, I think it's Scots pine over there, and there's a coal tit digging away at the moss, a beak full of moss, obviously building a nest. And then you come over here, and what it's doing is there's a slit low down in the wall over there, and it's diving in there, and they're taking moss, both birds, and every now and again they'll perch up on this branch over here with a beak full of moss and dashing in. It's the perfect place. They're funny birds, coal tits, whereas you find blue tits, grey tits will use nest boxes, holes in trees, holes in walls, quite high up. These will nest low down, often in old mouse holes. And this is perfect because it's dry in there, it's out there, it's safe. No cat, no dog, anything can get anywhere near that nest. And they're cracking little birds, they dive in like little mice diving out of the way. And of course, at the moment, because they're getting moss, they're just building the base of that nest. Once they've finished that base, they'll then go off looking for wool, or here maybe deer hair, and they'll do the fine lining, and that's when she'll eventually lay the eggs. Oh, here we are, look, here we are. One's just landed on a branch here, and in it goes, like a mouse into the wall. Cracking little birds.
Most of the visitors that come to the park live locally, and sunny days draw literally thousands. Margam has a group of friends of the park. These are volunteers who help to look after the park and keep it tidy. I'm meeting Doreen Nash at another great ancient building on a hill above the castle.
Hello there.
Hello.
How are you, all right?
I'm fine, pleased to meet
Hi,
you.
nice to see you, yeah.
Thank you,
nice to
thank
see
you, thank you.
Litter picking?
Yes, I'm afraid so. We usually get quite a bit around here because they come overnight and they have barbecues and they have drinks and, you know.
So it'll be kids mainly, is it?
I would say teenagers.
So there's a gang of you. There's you, I mean, I saw a couple of people. Oh, I can see them all now. They're all over there. There's a gang of you come out.
Yes, there's between 4 and 5 come up.
Shall we go in and have a look?
Yes, yes, yeah.
It looks like there've been barbecues lit here fairly
Yes,
recently.
they have.
Yes,
Of course they have.
Well, on this building now, is it a chapel?
Old chapel built in 1470. It was built for the farmers and the peasants to come up to worship because they weren't allowed in the abbey church because they were only for the rich and for the monks.
So it's for the peasants,
So,
not the big wigs, kind of thing?
Definitely not the big wigs, definitely not them. And we do have a mass here once a year.
Oh, do you?
In July, yes, yes, yes.
I bet
we
you're
have a
all
mass.
praying it doesn't rain for that, don't you?
Oh,
No
it has been raining, but it still goes on. It still goes on,
oh,
yes,
that's
yes,
fabulous.
so that's brilliant.
I can see what you mean now. You know, so
Yes,
with the barbecue here and Anne behind me over there.
It is a shame.
Yeah.
And what's happening, doing the barbecues against the stone, you know.
It ruined it, didn't it? You can see
It's
the
going to
plaster
ruin
coming
it.
off
And this has
everything.
all just been done.
It's a shame.
This part. And it's the same with the litter in the park, you know. We pick up plastic bags, all numerous things, but people don't realise that the animals are in danger through the litter in the park. I mean, it's a fact that 5 deer die in every park every year.
Honestly?
Yes, through litter.
So is that from plastic or
Yes, yeah,
hurting their feet or
from
what?
the plastic bags, from dog bags, that
I
they
didn't
think
know
it's
that.
food.
Wow,
I mean,
wow.
you know, visitors come in, they throw litter everywhere, they don't realise that they are killing our wild animals.
She is just going right across in front of the big house. Wow. Well, that was unexpected. That really was unexpected. But it just goes to show what's around once everybody's gone home.
In addition to parkland and gardens, Margam Country Park also has woodlands, and they are particularly stunning and busy with birdlife at dawn during spring.
This is my favourite part of Margam Park. It's an old woodland, it's an ancient woodland, and it's pretty unique, I think. I don't know of another woodland like this anywhere in Wales, at least. These are old sweet chestnuts, hundreds of years old, and they're all twisted and gnarled. They're full of holes, and because of that, they're fantastic for hole nesting birds, of course, and I bet there are all kinds of invertebrates, bats in there as well. And of course, the backdrop of Margam Castle here, it's just a stunning place, and I know that there's no one else here, just me. Come round now to the other end of this sweet chestnut woodland here. I've heard a woodpecker. There's been a great spotted woodpecker been calling and drumming as well, and it's all come from this area here. So I reckon there's got to be a nest here somewhere. Found a nest. This is the tree here. It's a dead sweet chestnut, and the nest is maybe what, 5-6 meters up around the other side, facing down that way. And what's odd is that it's the male who's in there. He's gone in. I saw him go in. I suspect what he's doing, because it's early May now and they don't usually lay their eggs till middle of May, maybe even towards the end of May. I suspect what he's doing is he's finishing off the nest chamber. What you've got is you've got hardwood on the outside. It'll be soft on the inside, so they'll dig through the hardwood and then they'll go down about a foot, and that'll be the nest chamber. They won't take grass or anything like that. You've got bits of wood in there. So she's gone off to feed, and she'll fatten up in order to make some eggs now. This lovely building. This is the Orangery. It's one of the oldest buildings here. This dates back to the late 18th century, and just look at the intricate carvings on the wall there. Amazing place. And this was so that they could have their own citrus trees. Isn't that amazing? They could have their own citrus trees over 200 years ago, and they were kept in here in the winter, and there was a coal fire right at the back just to keep it warm. And then what they would do is they would bring them outside between about May and October just to make the best of the sunshine. Isn't that amazing? They'd cart them out, leave them here, and then come October when it got cold again, take them back in, light up the coal fire so that it was warm enough to keep these trees alive. And now it's hugely popular. You can have weddings here, you can have functions here. So it's still used, not for the same thing, but it's still used and still very busy.
Many of the old buildings in the country park are used for functions, and one of the original buildings is even let for holiday accommodation. This odd-looking cottage was built because the Talbot family wanted to retain this beautiful facade designed by the famous 17th century architect Inigo Jones. The facade was relocated here in 1837 from an old banqueting hall that used to be close to the castle. A lean-to was built against the facade to form a cottage for workers. Peter Nash used to live in the cottage as a child and belonged to the last family to live in the house as estate workers.
Did your family work for the big house then?
Yes, my mother was a maid for 4 years. My father worked in the sawmills on the estate. My grandfather and great-grandfather worked on the estate on maintenance, repairing fences, you know, various jobs like, you know.
It would have been a busy place, I would imagine. There were, dozens of people working for them.
There were dozens. You had valets, you had grooms with the horses, you had stable lads, dozens of maids. I think they had 41 bedrooms.
41 bedrooms.
So it was quite a big place.
And what's it like for you now? Because I know that you lead walks around here. Yeah. Is it nice to be able to share all these memories and stories with people in the park?
They absolutely. Some people can't believe you actually lived there. There's certain things you do remember, like on a hot evening. My bedroom window would be this one on the left, and you'd have the sash down, and we'd go to bed with a candle, and you'd have a little orange lamp. Didn't give much light, but it would attract bats. And the bats then come around, and my mother would be terrified. But we never thought anything of it. Like, you know, they just come around, go back out, and come around, go back out.
wet. And if you see big bats behaving like this above water, they're pretty certain to be Daubenton's bats. Margam Country Park has a number of man-made ponds, and this one in front of the castle is the biggest. It was created by the family during the 1920s to help relieve unemployment in the area at the time. I have no doubt that the project also improved the view from the mansion. The pond has matured into an excellent wildlife habitat, but most of its wealth is hidden in the water. Hannah Shaw works for the Freshwater Habitats Trust on a national project that helps to protect freshwater wildlife. She's creating a database of pond species throughout Wales.
Hello, Hannah. Have you got much?
Oh, hi, Yolo. Yes, I've got a few things, I think.
Oh, I love pond dipping.
Just have to have a look through.
It's a bit like Christmas, isn't it? You never know what you're going to get. Oh, look at that, look at that.
That's a water scorpion.
Oh, wow. And they're cool things with that siphon on its tail. Does it breathe through that?
Yes.
So it sticks that up above the water and then goes down and hunts underwater.
Yep.
God, they're cool things, aren't they? And a snail, look at the size of that snail.
That's a ram's horn snail.
Ram's horn, I can see why he gets that name, yeah. Oh, that is nice, okay. And this is all just come out of the edge of this pond here, is it?
Yes,
In
just through these
here.
reeds, yeah. In a pond, most of the wildlife is in that first metre of the vegetation around the edge of a pond.
Oh, wow, wow. Is that a leech? Is it a leech on there on the side?
Yeah, that's a duck leech.
A duck leech? As opposed to what?
Well, you can get fish leeches, and there's other types of leeches that eat small invertebrates, but these actually parasitise ducks.
Oh, do they? What, as in hang on the feet of ducks or what?
No, they go in their nasal cavity in their beak.
Oh, do they? Oh, wow. A
Not
duck
very
leech?
nice.
No, I've never heard of a duck leech.
But they are really good parents.
I'm sure they are.
They-
Oh, there's a stickleback as well, like a little stickleback.
Yes.
Probably three-spined stickleback, is it that one probably? In
Yes,
a pond
it
like
is,
this?
yes.
Do you know the amazing thing is, you walk past here, you wouldn't think that you'd find any of this in there, and if it wasn't for the fact that you're going in with a net and bringing them out, you know, I'd have no idea.
Wow, look, we've got a water stick insect here as well.
Look at that. Wow, that's a water stick insect.
Yeah, it's a bug, the same as the water scorpion is a
sorry,
bug,
but he's gone back in.
and the back swimmer, so it's one of the bugs.
That is very, very, very odd. And is this common in our pools?
They're quite widespread, but not common.
Do you know what? I think that's only the second one I've ever seen. That is amazing. I would have missed that. See, I really would have missed that.
I
What a
think they're
weird
really
looking thing.
under-recorded in Wales. There's
Well, I'm
probably
not
more-
surprised you
more
can't find
around.
them. Look at that. Wow. And this one, again, uses that siphon on the tail. It sticks out above the water to breathe. I find it really weird that they breathe through their bums, basically, don't they? They
Yes.
do. Isn't that odd? Wow. So how does this pond then rate? Is it a good pond?
It's a pretty good pond, yes.
And that, again, is because of the variety of wildlife in it?
Yes.
Almost every encounter I've ever had with an adder has involved one or the other of us being startled, and often the adder just making away off, which is a shame. But there's one on the edge of this old path here. It's overgrown. She's right in the vegetation. She's curled up and the head is just lying there looking straight out at us. It's a perfect spot for adders. You've got the bracken here, you've got some gorse, you've got some vegetation, some open areas where they can sunbathe, plenty of mice and voles and lizards for them to eat. September's a real critical time for adders because it's when they give birth. They give birth to live young, of course. And of course they're going to be thinking about what they call brumation. They don't hibernate, they go underground and they do move, and they will come out as well on a warm winter's day, but they brumate, which means that they slow down. And what they will do, they'll feed now, but before going into brumation, they'll empty their stomach out, because what they don't want, of course, if there's a mouse or a vole in there, they don't want that to rot away inside. And it's not the best view I'll ever have of an adder, but I always think an encounter with an adder is a good one if I can find the animal, I can watch the animal, I can film the animal if I want to, and when I leave, the animal is still there. It's not been disturbed. And that's exactly what I'm going to do now. I'll let it be, I think.
Margam Country Park is mostly known for its beautiful buildings and its deer. There are not many parks in Wales where you'll see 3 species of deer, and so easily. Like many other country parks, there's also plenty of other, less obvious wildlife which takes a bit more effort to find. And that's the real fun of wildlife watching.
The deer have all come together up on the hill there now, the red and the fallow. And then you come down to Cwm Phillip now in its autumn colours. Absolutely stunning. Of course, that's where we saw the adders. And it gives you some idea of the size of the park. It is huge. And of course, this is only the back bit. You've also got the front bit over there as well. And this is nothing to compare to the size of it 150 years ago. It was huge. That gives you some indication of the wealth of the people involved.